Hey everyone, and welcome. Today we're diving into the math toolbox to really get a handle on something you see literally every day, the decimal. So let's jump right in. Just think about it for a second. The price of your coffee, the miles on your running app, the stats for your favorite sports team. Decimals are, they're the language of precision in our world. And getting comfortable with them, that's a real superpower. So that's the big question, right? How do we go from just seeing decimals everywhere to actually mastering them so that doing the math feels totally second nature? Well, we're going to stock that toolbox with two really powerful tools. First up, we've got some speedy mental math tricks, and then we'll get into the super reliable written method. Okay, let's grab our first tool, mental math. These are the awesome little shortcuts you can use when you don't have a calculator or even a piece of paper handy. They're perfect for those quick, on-the-go calculations. Our first mental strategy is called partitioning, and honestly, it's just a fancy word for breaking a tricky problem into much easier chunks. You just split the numbers into whole numbers and decimal parts, solve those bits separately, and then you just put it all back together at the end. Let's try it out with 2.3 plus 7.8. First, we partition. We grab the whole numbers, that's 2 plus 7, which is 9. Easy peasy. Then we tackle the decimals. 0.3 plus 0.8 equals 1.1. And the last step? Just combine those two answers. 9 plus 1.1 gives us 10.1. See how much simpler that makes it? All right, next up we have rounding and adjusting. This one is a game changer for when a number is so close to being a nice, friendly whole number. You just round it to make the math easier, do the calculation, and then you just adjust your answer at the very end to make it perfectly accurate. So let's take 6.9 plus 12.4. Now, that 6.9 is kind of awkward, but it's really close to 7, right? So let's just round it up and do 7 plus 12.4. That's 19.4. But wait, we can't forget that we added a little extra 0.1 to make our lives easier. So now we just have to adjust for it. We subtract that 0.1 at the end. 19.4 minus 0.1 gives us our final correct answer, 19.3. Okay, now for our second tool. When you absolutely positively have to be accurate, or the numbers are just getting a little hairy, it's time to pull out the written method. This one guarantees you get it right. Now, if there is one golden rule for the written method, this is it. You have to always line up the decimal points. This is the secret sauce. It keeps all your place values, your tens, your units, your tenths, all perfectly organized and in the right spot. All right, let's put this golden rule to the test. Let's say we need to add 27.52 and 4.8. Time to set it up. Okay, here's how we lay it out. See what we did there? We wrote 4.8 as 4.80. Adding that placeholder 0 is a fantastic little trick. It doesn't change the value at all, but it makes the columns line up so clearly. Once you've got those decimal points stacked, you just add column by column, right to left, and there's your answer, 32.32. Subtraction works exactly the same way, but there's a common little trap that's super easy to fall into. But don't worry, we can avoid it. Let's look at 43.6 minus 5.45. And this is where that little pro tip makes all the difference. Before we subtract 5.45, we're going to rewrite 43.6 as 43.60. This is so important because it gives us that 0 in the hundredths column to subtract from. Trust me, this will help you dodge a really common mistake. So with our numbers all lined up and our placeholder 0 in place, we're ready to go. Starting from the right, you can't take 5 from 0, so we have to borrow from the 6/10 next door. After that, you just work your way to the left, borrowing whenever you need to, and you'll land on your precise answer, 38.15. So there you have it. You've now got two super effective tools in your math toolbox. You've got a quick and dirty mental method and a rock-solid written one. The final skill, of course, is knowing which one to grab for the job at hand. So how do you choose? Well, it's actually pretty simple. If you just need a quick estimate or the numbers feel pretty manageable, mental math is your friend. Its biggest strength is speed, but for those gnarlier problems or any time when getting the exact right answer is crucial, you'll want the written method. Its chief strength is precision. And that's it. Your decimal toolkit is officially upgraded. The next time you're splitting a bill, checking a receipt, or measuring something for a project, you'll know exactly which tool to reach for. So my question to you is, what problem are you going to solve first?